$40 million verdict, a $50 million verdict. Yes, they happen. I've seen what happened in Chicago. But two things. Don't have too much insurance because you become a target. That's number one. Number two, we only want the insurance money.
Like, have you noticed that like trucking's kind of like becoming a new like ambulance chaser like thing for lawyers?
Yeah, absolutely. If you go to my website, I advertise truck sites. I do truck accidents. I mean, because they didn't want to give the insurance policy limits. The way to stop that is if you are in an accident, one of the first things you want to do is tell your insurance carrier in a letter, a written letter.
Yeah, this is something I've been wanting to talk to you about too, because I know they're talking about like raising the insurance limits in trucking. Like, have you noticed that like trucking's kind of like becoming a new like ambulance chaser like thing for lawyers?
Yeah, absolutely. If you go to my website, I advertise truck sites. I do truck accidents. I mean, I opened an office in Lombard because it was the closest place to Addison. Addison has a great deal of trucks, as you know. So, I want to be close to Addison where the accident's going to happen. That doesn't make me a bad guy. That I'm doing my job, what I got to do, just like the next guy does. But I will tell you something, and I want to tell your whole audience of carriers the good news. Two things. Don't have too much insurance because you become a target. That's number one. Number two, we only want the insurance money. We lawyers, we very, very rarely go past the insurance. So let's just say, Bobby, I'm just going to use a $250,000 policy. You probably got more, but let's say the $250,000 policy. I got a client that has, let's say, $100,000 worth of medical bills, and he has pain and suffering. He'll probably have permanent injuries. Now, if I go to trial, I might get $1 million, but I'll usually talk to my client. We'll say, hey, listen, if we can get their insurance policy, you're good with that? Yes, I'm good with that. I don't want to, ruin the guy's life. Okay, insurance company, give us the $250,000. No, they want to fight. They fight because they don't care about you. They care about their pocketbook. So they're going to fight. Now, when I get that $1 million verdict, 250 is coming from the insurance company. Now I am going to go after the trucker. I have to, because the insurance company made me because they didn't want to give the insurance policy limits. The way to stop that is if you are in an accident, one of the first things you want to do is tell your insurance carrier in a letter, a written letter, certified mail, handle my policy within the insurance limits. If you do that, you are protected, because now if I get $1 million policy and you give me that proof that you sent that letter to your insurance company, you could join forces with me and we will sue your insurance company, collect for you. So always write your insurance companies and tell them, hey, I want you to settle this within the policy limits. And the way to know if you're already in that position is if you get called for a deposition, your case has a chance of going to trial. Or at the very least, you've already been sued. Why do you want a lawsuit on your hands? Before the lawsuit is filed, tell your insurance company, settle that within my policy limits.
Now, you do this before when you get your insurance or when an accident happens?
No, when an accident happens. So if I got an accident today, I might not do it the day of, but I will within a week or two write in certified letter to my insurance company, said, I don't know what's going on, but I want you to settle my claim within the insurance policy limits with the plaintiff or the soon-to-be plaintiff before it gets to trial or before it even gets into court. Force them to do what they're supposed to do. Insurance companies, they got us for our house, for our cars, for our life insurance, our health insurance. I mean, whatever you have, it's got an insurance policy on it likely, and they're making all the money. They're making more money than banks. Okay, don't be shy about telling your insurance company to settle within the policy limits. You're not protecting them. You're not protecting anybody. They're not going to say, hey, Bobby stuck with us while we, went to trial, so let's not keep Bobby that next increase we have next year. No, Bobby's going to be in the increase. But you're not going to do you any favors. Don't do them any favors. Look out for yourself. You have to look out for yourself all the time.
So why is it so attractive for lawyers to go after these? Like, if it's such a hard time dealing with insurance companies, like say, for example, like Lloyd's of London, or like infamous for not wanting to pay out shit.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah. So why is this still like so attractive for lawyers still to go after it? Because we just like a for sure payday, or?
Well, it's because we have to defend. We have to advocate for our plaintiffs. So if I have somebody that has a broken leg or a herniated disc or some other chronic problem that's going to maybe last forever, why shouldn't they get money that they deserve? They should get the money. You're going to just let the Lloyds of London or anybody else get away with it? No, you go after them. And yeah, some of these cases take maybe 6 years to get to trial because the courts are slow and the defense for the insurance is slow. They try to get things slowed down but you got a pipeline. Some cases settle within 6 months to a year. Some cases settle between a year and 2 years. Some go to trial 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. But you always got a pipeline you're always working with. It's never all bunched up in one stage. So if I got a case that lasts 6 years, so be it.
So that's finally like people like Lloyd's of London finally pay out is when a court tells them to. Otherwise, they don't.
Well, a lot of times, yes. Defense attorneys for our work, they work for the insurance companies, even though they're representing the insurance, the insured. they really represent the insurance company. That's who's paying them. And that's who ultimately that I believe that they care about, because I'm not seeing anything else. I'm not seeing that they care about the person that is being sued.
Okay, so like everybody, like you keep on hearing like nuclear verdict, right? Everywhere, every time, sometimes nuclear verdict, nuclear verdict. What the fuck's a nuclear verdict?
Verdict would be like a $30 million verdict, a $50 million verdict. Yes, they happen. I've seen one happen in Chicago. In fact, one guy was suing somebody. He got $51 million. And I don't know why, but the defense appealed it. And so he was talking to the jurors after the case. He goes, "Why didn't you give me $60 million?" And the jurors said, "Well, because you didn't ask for it." So he redid the whole trial and he asked for $61 million and he got that. So yes, that is going to destroy a company very easily. But again, the way to stop that is tell your insurance carrier to settle within my policy limits. And don't be a target. If you've got $10 million of insurance and you should have $1 million, you're going to be a target. Why wouldn't you be? I mean, people are going to see that big insurance policy. They want a piece of it.
So like nuclear targets, you never, I mean, nuclear or whatever settlements, you never heard that before. Is that something new that just recently they started using?
No, that's always been there. No. Nuclear verdicts have been a thing since lawyers have, been able to get verdicts.
So you think like trucking is probably like the most affected one, right now for like the lawsuits and stuff like that, I would say, right?
I would say the most affected. I would say there's a definite uptick in it, maybe because there's, everybody's looking for more business, lawyers included, but again, I'd look for motorcycle accidents too. It's not like I'm just saying, hey, I just want trucking accidents. No, we want any accidents we find, because that's the lawyers I have that's working for me for personal injury. I've got to, they got to keep their families fed. They need to make money. So it doesn't matter whether I'm advertising for it or somebody else is advertising for it. Somebody's going to take the case.
Yeah, but it just seems like it got a lot more popular lately. Like it was never like, like before you didn't see it. You always seen like the motorcycle crashes on the billboards on the highways, right? But now it's you see the truck. So it kind of seems like
word's getting out. As word gets out, these bigger verdicts, yes, people are like, oh, wait a minute. I didn't notice that the trucker, they have higher insurance policies. That's what you want. I mean, when you get a guy with a 1982 Oldsmobile, they probably got a $25,000 limit liability. It's not going to be in too much. You get a guy running a big truck with the bed in the back and, everything else, he's probably got $1 million or more in policy, and that's what you're after. You're only after the policy. As lawyers, I don't know of a single lawyer that wants to go after a person. They always want to go after the insurance company. I think they have the same built-in thought that I do. It's let's get even with the insurance company.
I'm surprised that Morgan & Morgan guy hasn't got into that shit yet, because I see him advertising everywhere. I'm just waiting for the Morgan truck crash billboards, man. They're
everywhere, but I mean, it's like a franchise license set up. Obviously, it's not Morgan & Morgan, but it is their name, and they did great growing.
Yeah. I watched a few podcasts with that guy. He seems like a super smart guy, man. I guess
very smart, and he's constantly posting. I think the last one was posted how to game the Golden Corral buffet, so that's what it was. I think his post was about how to game the Golden Corral buffet. I'm almost positive that was it. It was something like that. It was funny. John Morgan's a good guy. He's a funny guy. But as you said, very smart. He created a great system and it works. It works in all the states.
Yeah, I guess he built like the whole computer program to it, basically where they just get the lawsuits and then pass it like the people on his network and they just collect fucking commission all day.
It's just a beautiful system. Yes, unfortunately, the rest of us, we can't afford that beautiful system, but that's.
Yeah, he was explaining like he had to lose a lot of money. Like when he goes to different markets, he would like invest a bunch of money, lose like millions at first, and then he would, then it'll finally break through, and then it kind of made sense. And yeah, but like his whole, I kind of like listen to the show. They just kind of hear like different people, like what they did, what kind of strategies they used, and super smart and obviously super rich at this point, right?
Well, I would say the reward is commensurate with the risk. Okay, so he had to put a big risk when he put all that money out there, whether to grow or do the whole new AI system. You put a great deal of money out there, millions upon millions of dollars, and it worked out for him. So that's good for him.
So like, what do you think is like one of the biggest misconceptions like truck drivers and carriers have like about lawsuits?
Misconceptions that lawyers are scary people. We are not scary people. There's a lot of lawyers I know that try to act like they're scary people, and it's funny as hell to me. Like when I get a lawyer letter, like we're going to do this to you, we're going to do that to you, like ooh, there are a lot of blowhard lawyers out there. I think I told you this before, Bobby, but I'll say it to your audience here. I don't like 90% of lawyers. Okay, I just don't. I think they are a lot of blowhards. But the people that I know seem to be good people. The ones that I talk to are good people. When I get a good lawyer on the other side, I know it because they're not trying to, down me personally. They're talking about the case. They're saying, hey, how can we settle this case? It's the other lawyers that say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And by the way, you're ugly. Anyway, they don't say that part. But, those are the guys that I know there's going to be trouble. They're probably bad people. I don't even want to deal with them. But yes, it's that doesn't make them good. Okay. That just makes them blowhards. That's all.
Well, not
So
everybody's nice
I would
as you,
say that
man.
lawyers are scary people. Lawyers are not scary people. Lawyers are some of the friendliest people I know, the good ones, some of the friendliest people there are.
Yeah, but most of them are scumbags, though. I mean, there's not many that
That's
are
what I
good,
just
like
said. Yeah,
nice
90%
like
of them. I don't
you.
like 90% of them. Right. I agree.
Kind of like used
Yeah.
car salesmen too, dude. Like that's some, like you know, what I mean, a lot of lawyers they are scumbags. Like, dude, I mean, coming like as a person, me being a person that dealt with a lot of lawyers, and not a lot of them are as nice as you. You know what I mean? A lot of them are not just completely, out
Well,
there.
I think a lot of them just don't care. I care. Well, you know that, you and Meg, I care about every one of my clients. I really genuinely do. There's a lot of cases I take even, without even charging people. I like people. I want to help people. I feel that is my calling. Do I want to make money? Yes. But, it's very important to know your client on a personal level. It's very important to know your client on a business level. One of the things we started doing, speaking of business level, is for $350 a month, people pay us. We give them not only one-on-one service, but we go through all their contracts. We give them X amount of free contracts, free demand letters, free calls, free texts. So if something does happen, they call me up, John, I got a problem. Guess what? John's answering the phone, or maybe Jordan's answering the phone, or Andy's answering the phone because they got a lawyer, a law firm that knows who they are. To me, those are the law firms that are going to last in AI. The people that have a personal uh, thing with their clients, that know them, know their business, and know all about them.
It's actually a pretty good idea for the trucking. I mean, that'd probably be a no-brainer for the trucking companies, right?
To me,
It's
it's
like, hey,
insurance. I don't know why. I'm This is going to sound funny. I don't know why everybody isn't paying me $350 today. It's literally a no-brainer. You have a lawyer that literally knows your business. He's gone through all your contracts. He knows you. He knows your family. He is taking your call, taking your text. You're worried about something. It's better than insurance policy, but it's something new that we've just started out because I think that's the only way you're going to have this one-on-one service. AI is ruining everything in some cases, and it's too easy to forget that you still need the human element, at least in law.
yeah, I mean, 350 is crazy because you figure like a demand letter is anywhere from like what 750 to $1,000. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Just for a demand letter.
I just got a call for a demand letter just the other day. I'm charging $900.
Yeah.
Where if had they been on my service, they'd been do it for 350, and it's in your monthly plan. I'm going to do it for you. But also, if you got nothing, give me your contracts. Let me go through your contracts this month. Or maybe you want to negotiate a contract. I'm going to negotiate a contract for you. You're not paying me extra. And if you do get that call like I did, that somebody just stole your assets, you don't have to pay $10,000 retainer to somebody that doesn't even know you or your company or your business. You just call me up or call one of my associates up. Hey, this is Bobby. Hey, Bobby, how's it going? How's the wife? Blah, blah, blah. We know your business. You tell me what's going on. We're on it. Don't worry. We got it.
So,
So
sorry, go ahead. Finish up. No, go
no,
ahead.
I'm just going to say that it's very important to have a personal relationship with your lawyer, especially this day and age. Better than insurance policy.
Oh, dude, 100. Like when we had the pronoun lawyers before, like we'd finish court, and then like usually, like, every time I finish court, my lawyer would, like if like this is like obviously like on Zooms whatever, they're like, oh, schedule a fucking meeting with us like a day or two later to find out what happened in court. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean schedule a meeting a day or two later? Like a lawyer and a fucking client talk after court, and you go over what the fuck happened. Am I
Right.
supposed to not know what happened and then wait like 2 days to schedule a meeting? They're just crazy. Here, let's get into the insurance policy limits, right? They're talking, I know like New Jersey raised it already. A couple other, like they're thinking about like raising it. Like, do you think
Right.
that's going to like affect even more lawsuits once the government forces to
Well,
raise
yeah,
the
of
limits?
course. Absolutely. I mean, if you don't think, you obviously think that lawyers are going after trucking companies now, yes, they're going to go even more because of the insurance. It doesn't matter even if it's on, just forget truckers for a minute. Even if they raise the minimum Illinois from 25,000 liability to the minimum was 100,000, my God, lawyers would be happy. They'd be like, all right, cool, more money, So yes, it's going to affect everybody. Your insurance rates are going to go up. Your rates for, you guys driving around trucks, you got to raise your rates, which means the end product at the store goes up. Everybody's paying more. So, less government involvement there is what we need.
So who do you think is going to get hurt the most by this? Like the carriers, the insurance companies, or
Uh, well, insurance companies are not going to be hurt by this. They're just going to raise their rates. Don't Insurance company aren't going to take it. And, no, if they have to raise the limits, they're raising your rates. That's just how it is.
even
So
if there's like a lot
carriers
more
will hurt
lawsuits that
first.
come in, like they still,
Carriers will hurt. Will immediately feel the pain right away. They'll feel the pain the first, and then the last person who feels the pain is everybody else that's buying anything at a store.
So if you own a small trucking company or not, this is something you'd be worried about then?
No, because it raises the rates on everybody. It raises whether you're one truck, 10 trucks, 100 trucks, 500 trucks. Everybody's got the same rate increase, so it's kind of across the board. Nobody's going to suffer more than the other. You could say, well, I've got one truck, so I'm going to suffer more. No, they've got 500. They're going to suffer more. But no, it's prorated. So no, it's going to be equal suffering on something like that.
Have you dealt with any like camera shit, like any kind of like accidents or any kind of lawsuit involving like when they're using the dash cams and like the
Yeah,
forward facing cameras? What do you think about them?
I love them. I think if you don't have a dash cam, I don't. Yeah, that'd be. I don't want to be me. You should have a dash cam. Absolutely, have a dash cam.
What about the inwards facing cameras?
Yeah, because you do want to, a lot of people say, well, he was texting, he was doing this, he was that. Why not have a camera? Why not? This is a day and age where I almost feel I should walk around with a camera when I'm talking to somebody, because some people just can't handle talking about anything anymore and they want to fly off on you. At least if you got a camera on your chest, but yes, to answer your question, yes, an inward facing, outward facing camera, great idea, because it shows that you weren't texting, you were paying attention to the road, and they can't use that as an excuse to try to get more money.
But if you did do something fucked up, then they are going to use it as excuse against you.
Yeah, well, don't do something fucked up.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to do. Plus, it's like, right. I kind of think it invades,
well, then
like,
turn the
privacy.
camera off before you do that. If you're going to do some, effed up stuff, then turn the camera off.
I wonder if you could. Like, I mean, you probably have to be able to turn it off, right? Because when you're like off, I still wouldn't trust it. I'll put like a bucket over it or something. That's fucking. I don't know. I wouldn't like it, dude. I would think.
No, you're like me. I do the same thing. I always wonder who's seeing me, who's hearing me. Even though everything's off, you never know. Yeah, how many times you think something, it seems like you see it on Amazon the next day.
Yeah, right. Tell me about it. So it's either I guess it's a good thing if you're not doing nothing wrong, but it's a bad thing if you are doing something wrong, because then they're going to bring up and then you're going to get screwed for it. Anyways. But a lot of drivers don't want to even drive for these fleets that have these inward facing cameras.
Well, again, it's meant to protect people. It's really not meant to hurt people. It's really not meant to invade their privacy. And I get that. That's what they might think it is. It's not meant for that. It is just because a lot of people will just flat out lie, say, hey, he was on his phone. He was doing this. He was doing that. And the driver will say, no, I wasn't. Well, who's the jury going to believe? I don't know. It depends on which lawyer's telling the better story.
Yeah,
so if you got the proof to say, no, I was not on my phone. I was not texting. I was not, reading a book. I think that's a good thing to have.